Today I would like to talk you through the layout for my website. The purpose of my website is to create a space where students and parents will get to know me. The website will also help showcase our classroom, and by showcase, I mean show what is going on in our classroom, what we're working on, and things like that. My website will be broken up into 6 different tabs or sections. The first page I'd like to discuss is the welcome page. And the welcome page is where I'll discuss my classroom philosophy, my likes and interests. Maybe I'll even use the collage that we created from the first week of class, plus or minus a few tweaks to it. Um, The welcome page is also where I'll leave my contact information so the parents can contact me whenever they need to do so. So I'll have my phone number, my email, and a texting number. I'll download a texting app to my phone so parents can get a hold of me without necessarily having my personal contact information. So that will be the welcome page. Another page I'd like to discuss is the current events page. And this is where the monthly newsletter will be kept, as well as any permission slips for field trips. I know that sometimes these things get lost on their way home if a student is given a paper copy. So I thought this would be convenient for parents. There will also be information about our current unit of study. So if we are studying the life cycle of a frog, there will be a timeline of what we'll be doing and how we'll be going about that unit of study. It'll stay the same with what we're working on in math, social studies, and ELA. I think it is extremely important for parents to know what we're working on as a class, and I'll think they will appreciate having access to what we do as well. There will also be a homework tab on my website. The math homework and reading assignments will be attached as a PDF in case a student is absent or sick or on vacation, or in case a student forgets to bring their agenda home. I know that happens sometimes, and maybe they don't remember what the homework was. I will also put a link for extra credit opportunities or just opportunities for extra practice. Sometimes students ask their teachers for things like that, and I think that listing them on the website is just a convenient way for students to access that information without necessarily having to stay after, because I know that doesn't always work for some families. Next, I'd like to discuss the link for technology we'll use in our classroom. This page will discuss internet safety tips. I know that parents might have concerns about their students accessing the internet in school, so I'd like to provide an overview of steps that we take and steps that parents can take to protect their children when they're using the internet. This is where I'll also post the podcast that we created earlier in our course demonstrating how I will use technology in the classroom and why that is important. There will be a list of apps that we will be using throughout the year, so parents can even try them out themselves to kind of familiarize themselves with it. So for example, there will be a link for Audio Boom, Animoto, Screencast-O-Matic, and other tools like Dropbox, so students can access their school files at home if they need to. I think this is important because I do plan on using a lot of technology in my classroom. I also want to create a tab that displays student work samples, and this is something I'm really excited to use in my website. So for example, this is where I can post student audio file projects It could also be a spot to show images of what we're working on in the classroom, or maybe a field trip that we went on. And like I said in the beginning of this screencast, I really want to use this website to showcase our classroom. So I think this is an awesome resource, or yeah, a resource that parents can look at and students can look at to kind of give purpose for what we're doing in the classroom. The last tab will be composed of helpful websites. For example, I know EngageNewYork.com has a great parent website that explains the purpose and process of the Common Core State Standards. Since I will be using PBIS in my classroom, there will be a link to a website that explains PBIS and how parents can use the method at home to keep consistency for the kids between school and home. There will be websites that students can use at home to enhance student learning. For example, I think that Brain Pop Junior, ABC, and National Geographic Kids are great websites for students to explore inside and outside of the classroom. At the beginning of the year, they'll be given a bookmark with all of the login information necessary to log into these websites. So this can also be used to give a little extra practice for students who may be struggling in math or ELA or things like that. Thank you for listening, and I hope this was helpful.